Worrying. Worrying can be a constructive thing and worrying can be a destructive thing. You can worry in a constructive way. For example, if you are trying to lose weight, then worrying about how many calories are in a certain food is a good example of constructive worrying, because obviously you want to know what's in that food, you want to keep the figure you've managed to get at the gym, and you want to keep the weight off, so you need to worry about what calories are in certain foods and what sugars and fats are in certain foods. So that's an example of good worrying. An example of bad worrying would be trying to control things that are out of your control, or worrying about things that are out of your control and then trying to control them things that are out of your control. That's an example of destructive worrying, and it's not productive at all. It drains your energy, it drains your happiness, and it just takes up too much time. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. This is a great quote. I love this quote and it's so accurate. You can only be happy when you stop worrying about things that are out of your control and stop trying to control those things that are out of your control. And you can only be happy when you worry, not even worry, if you can stop worrying altogether, that would be great, but as humans, we're bound to worry from time to time. But it's about focusing on things we can control. That's how we become happy. Controlling the things we can control and taking action on the things we can control. Worrying about being out of shape but doing nothing about it is equally as pointless as worrying about things you can't control. Worrying whether a dog in Germany had a great day and ate all its breakfast is as pointless as worrying whether the sun will come up and if it will rain and how long will it rain for and if the rain's gonna be heavy or is it gonna be light. That kind of stuff is pointless to worry about. But then if you worry about things you can control but don't take action, that is equally as bad. Like I said, worrying about your weight but not going to the gym or working out from home or eating the correct foods, it's pointless worrying about the thing in the first place. Worrying about how you're no good at painting but you never practice painting and never develop your skills in painting is pointless. Worrying about how you can't draw an eye realistically but you've never learned or tried to learn how to draw an eye realistically is pointless. However, if you worry about a certain skill, oh, I'm not good at drawing hair, I'm not good at doing lips, I'm not good at painting, and then you recognize you're not good at that and then try to get better at that skill, that is being worried in a constructive manner. Bruh. Worrying about things outside our control is pointless. It doesn't do anything good for the soul, and it's one of the things that it's the quickest way, I believe, to sadness. When worrying about whether a dog in Germany had a great day and ate all its breakfast is pointless. You can't control that. You can't do anything about it. Whether the dog did have a great day or the dog didn't have a great day, you can't control it, okay? Whether the sun is happy today or sad, you can't control it. Whether the cloud in the sky you're looking at is going to burst or not, you can't control it. So worrying about these things is pointless. It drains your energy and it does nothing for the mind, does nothing for the soul. Worrying about things we can control and taking action on the things we can control is the quickest way to happiness. If you're worried about your health, then you can simply improve your health by working out, eating the right foods, drinking plenty of water. But if you complain and worry about things that are in your control and don't take action on them things, you are better off worrying about things you can't control because they're equally as pointless. Worrying about how you're not good at drawing and how you're not good at painting but never developing the skill of painting or never developing the skill of drawing is pointless. You either are going to take action or not. If you can control it, take action. If you can control your weight, take action about it. Work out, eat the right foods, drink water. If you're worried about how you're not good at drawing, draw, get better, draw every day, learn, study videos about drawing. If you suck at painting, and you're worried about how you can't paint as well as this person, then improve, develop your painting skills, get the correct equipment to paint. You can control these things, but controlling things that are outside your control is draining and it serves no use. Worrying whether a girl likes you or whether this girl or guy or your crush will reply to your DM is completely pointless. You cannot control these things. Worrying about whether your crush likes you, all you can do is make yourself look as good as possible, dress as well as possible, smell as good as possible, and then approach that person or approach the crush or ask your crush out. If she says no, if he says no, then you move on. If she says yes or he says yes, then great, life's going to be amazing. But worrying about them actually liking you is pointless. You can't control whether they like you or not. You can only increase the odds, but you might not even be their type, so it's pointless in the first place worrying about whether this girl, this guy actually likes you. Worrying about whether your crush will reply to your Instagram DM or a message on Tinder is pointless. You cannot control them. You cannot control whether they will reply to you or not. You can only send the best possible message you can think of and send it. Once you've sent it, it's out of your control whether they reply or not. They might be away from their phone might have died. These things are outside of your control, so trying to control them and worrying about them is pointless. Simply send the message and get on with your day and focus on the things you can control. Worrying about whether you got a job or not is also pointless. All you can do is show up for the interview, dress as best as you possibly can, have a great resume, give the interview as best as you possibly can, and then be done with it. You can't convince them to give you the job or not. It's up to them, so it's out of your control. Worrying about whether you're going to pass an exam is equally as pointless. All you can do is study for the exam, put in the hours of work studying for the exam. Then once the exam comes around, you can take the test and take the exam and do the exam to your best possible ability. And once you've done the exam, it's out of your control. It's up to the examinators whether you pass or fail. So you might as well stop worrying about it and do other things. No amount of worrying will change the end result. Worry has no power to change the end result. Worry only has the power to drain your energy and drain your happiness. It has no power on changing the result. No amount of worrying will make you pass the test. No amount of worrying about a girl will make the girl like you more. If anything, it usually does the opposite. Learning the art of not worrying is something I've had to apply in my own life. For example, with YouTube, when I post a video, I can't control who sees the video, how many people see the video, and whether or not this video goes viral. The only thing that's in my control is the video itself, making the video as best as I possibly can make it, making the title as engaging as I possibly can, making the thumbnail as enticing That's a bit of a tongue twister. Making the thumbnail as enticing and intriguing as possible. These are things I control. I can control the title, the thumbnail, the tags, the description, the video itself, how I edit the video. These are things I can control, so I must put all my energy into these things. Once the video is done, once I upload it to YouTube, and once I make it public, I cannot control whether Barbara in Beverly Hills, who's getting her hair done with Sandra, sees the video or not. I cannot control that. I cannot control whether little Timmy gets off Minecraft for a bit and watches my video. I cannot control these things, so it's pointless worrying about these things. So I've had to apply it in my own life and realize, hey, yes, I've made this video, and yes, I spent a lot of time on it, and I would love for this video to go viral. However, I understand that I cannot control whether this video goes viral or not. I cannot control whether it gets 1 million views. I cannot control how much money it's gonna make for me. I cannot control these things, so I might as well forget about these things and focus on the video or the video after that, and focus on things I can control, such as replying to comments. One simple question you can ask yourself when you're faced with a problem and you start to worry is ask yourself, is this in my control? If the answer is yes, then do something about it. If the answer is no, then leave it, let it go. If I put a drawing on eBay that I want to sell, and after 10-20 days it's not selling, and I start worrying about it, I can ask myself, is this in my control? And if the answer's not, I might as well forget about it. If the answer is yes, I can do something about it. Is it in my control whether the drawing sells or not? If I've done everything with the title, made the pictures look as good as possible, set a reasonable price, then there's nothing else I can do, so I might as well stop worrying about it. I cannot control whether Dave buys the painting or not, or drawing or not. I cannot control these things. These are things out of my control, so I should stop worrying about them. So the next time you're faced with a problem and you start worrying, ask yourself, is this in my control? If it is, do something about it. If it's not, let it go. Worrying about things you cannot control is like running a race you cannot win. No matter how much of a head start you have, no matter how fast you are, you're never winning that race. And especially if you try to control these things that are outside your control, you're definitely not winning that race. So let go of things you cannot control and embrace the things you can control, and take action on the things you can control. If the doctor says you've only got 6 months to live due to cancer, you can either spend 6 months of your life, the remaining 6 months of your life, worrying about death, which you cannot control. You are going to meet death anyway. We're all going to meet death anyway. Or you can embrace the last 6 months and go on holiday or do things you've always wanted to do and do everything on your bucket list, and you can be happy for the last 6 months of your life. Or you can let worry and doubt and disappointment drain your soul and drain your energy. It's up to you. The choice is yours. And that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. How to stop worrying. You stop worrying by letting go of things you cannot control. Stop worrying about things you cannot control. Next time you have a problem, ask yourself, is this in my control? If it's not, let go. If it is, do something about it. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, as I will be doing more types of videos like this. And leave a comment on what type of video you want to see from me, on what you want me to talk about, whether it's happiness, whether it's depression, whether it's the present moment, whether it's how to get girls, whatever you want me to talk about, let me know. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one, and have a great day. Love yourself and have a great day. Be easy on yourself, right? You're a human being, not a robot. Be easy on yourself. You don't have to do everything in one day. Be easy on yourself.